A call for Adrian Orr to pump the brakes on official cash rate increases. The Reserve Bank surprised many yesterday by hiking it 50 basis points to 5.25%. Council of Trade Unions economist Craig Rennie says monetary policy can take up to 18 months to take effect. And he told Tim Dower the bank started increasing the rate 18 months ago.
We think we should pause and have a real look and see what's really happening before we pile on more interest rates for consumers.
Police are calling on Easter travellers to pay attention to the basics. They're urging people to wear a seatbelt, avoid alcohol or drugs before driving, remove distractions and to slow down. Director National Road Policing Superintendent Steve Greeley says it's common sense stuff.
When you go back to when you get a driver licence, you tend to do all the right things then. It's no different when you're not going for your driver licence on everyday driving. And
still no word on when the Kaitaki will return to Cook Strait. The Inter-Islander ferry's been out of action for the past month due to a gearbox issue. Inter-Islander Executive General Manager Walter Rushbrook can't confirm any date before later next week. It may have just been lifted, but there are calls for the Work and Income Funeral Grant to rise again. The Funeral Directors Association says the grant amounts to just a third of the basic cost of a burial or cremation. The grant rose 7% on April 1st to nearly $2,500. Association Chief Executive Gillian Boyce says a basic cremation costs more than $6,000 and a burial more than $8,000. She says when families struggle to cover a funeral financially, they don't have the chance to grieve properly. A potentially groundbreaking finding has been made by Otago researchers in the fight against tuberculosis. Researchers have discovered new ways to treat antibiotic-resistant strains of TB, opening the door to new approaches for tackling the disease. Tuberculosis is one of the world's most infectious diseases, second only to COVID, killing about 4,000 people a day, with around 300 cases in New Zealand each year. Senior researcher Dr. Matthew McNeil says there's still work to do, but it's a significant step.
The purpose of this work is to find new ways in which to cure drug-resistant strains. So it's making use of existing antibiotics, but using them in a more logical manner.
Concern harmful liquid waste could be leaking into Christchurch waterways. Environment Canterbury is responding to an incident at a Blenheim Road business where liquid waste material has allegedly been discharged to land where it could enter local waterways. It comes after 500 fish washed up dead in the Heskett River last month. The incident is still under investigation. Jacinda Ardern's officially left the building, but not before providing Kiwis with some reassurance about their new leader. The former Prime Minister last night delivered her valedictory. Although she said stepping down was a tough decision, she's sure it was the right one and had some parting words for Chris Hipkins.
I know I leave this place in good hands, especially with the leadership of Deputy Prime Minister Carmel Sepuloni and Prime Minister Hipkins. Chippy is thoughtful, focused, and importantly, he's caring. We're all in good hands.
Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel to stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald. Click the subscribe button below or check out one of the videos here and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.